Welcome to the Inner Clock MindLab, a manual for mastering memory, time, and truth. For ages 3 to infinity. By I. M. Banks. Chapter 4. How to think like a scientist. Without needing a lab coat, you don't need goggles. You don't need a lab bench. You don't even need to love chemistry. To think like a scientist, you only need 3 things: curiosity, observation, courage to be wrong. Thinking like a scientist means you don't just believe something because someone said it. You ask, you test, you explore, you wonder, you notice how the world works, and then you play with it. The big shift from answers to questions. Most people grow up thinking life is about having the right answers. But real scientists? They get excited about asking better questions. Here's a secret: good questions build better brains. If you've ever asked, why is the sky blue? What would happen if I never slept? Can feelings be measured? You've already started the process. You're not just a thinker. You're a scientist. The scientist's method, that you can use every day. Here's the simple power tool scientists use, and so can you. Observe, notice what's happening without jumping to conclusions. Question, ask, why, or what if. Hypothesize, make a guess you can test. Experiment, try it out in a safe, smart way. Reflect, what happened? What did you learn? Let's say you always forget your homework. A scientist doesn't just say, I'm bad at remembering. They might observe, I forget it when I rush in the morning. Question, would packing my bag the night before help? Hypothesize, if I pack before bed, I'll stop forgetting. Experiment, try it for a week. Reflect, did it work? Do I feel less stressed? Boom, you just ran a real experiment on your life. Mini lab exercise. Life experiment. Pick one tiny thing in your life that could be better: staying calm when angry, drinking more water, remembering your lunch. Now, write down what's happening now. Observe. Ask a why or what if question. Make a guess, hypothesis. Try a change for 3 days. Experiment. Write what happens. Reflect. This is how you become a life scientist. Not just learning facts, learning how to change your world. What you're learning to do. Be curious about what's really going on. Test small changes instead of just hoping. Think for yourself with clarity, not confusion. Get excited when things don't go perfectly, because that's where real learning lives. The world is full of invisible forces and hidden patterns. When you train your brain like a scientist, you start to see them everywhere. And once you see them, you can start shaping them. That is the end of this chapter. The goal is to think more clearly than you did before. Let your mind be your strongest weapon.